Greetings out there in YouTube land. This is Morris, man. And as always, I thank you guys for coming to my channel. Forgive me if my mic is a little bit hot. I'm working with a more, I guess, high quality mic. And anyway, I just want to make sure that it's not too loud. But if it is, my apologies. Every now and then, I post videos like this because my channel is geared towards helping young musicians, get started, give them a perspective of what's ahead, what to work on, what to avoid, what to avoid. Because the reason why I'm doing this video is I get this every now and then, and I don't claim to be 100% right. I mean, I don't care about what some people, I guess, think about certain things, because to each his own. And what I mean by that is you get 10 people in here, give them the same guitar, tell them to play the same song. No two people are going to play the same, even if their training has been identical, which is almost impossible. Everybody training and skill set is totally different. Mine is based on playing a lot of bar chords. I got a buddy who play nothing but jazz over face chords, So I don't expect him to sound like me and play like me, and vice versa. But there's some people that just don't get that. It's like, come on, man. I'm not you, you not me. I don't play like you, not trying to play like you. You don't play like me, you ain't trying to play like me. And every now and then again I get this, and this is the reason why I'm doing this video. There's some videos that I do where I'm not playing along with the record, I'm just giving you the chords. And the majority of those songs that I'm giving you the chords, I'm not guessing. I'm playing from the original professional sheet music. Now here's something interesting about professional sheet music. I got over 350 songbooks. I've only found one error, and it was an error. It wasn't a typo. It was an error or typo error. I've only found one. And you know why? Because the people that do this know what the fuck they're doing. This is what they do. They're not dabbling. I got another job. And, it's just like people that write books. Before the book is released, they have what's called proofreaders. These people are professionally trained to proofread the books to make sure there's no error. The author is not going to do that. That's not his forte. And what a lot of people don't realize is, the artists, that's not their forte. Their forte is not to totally transcribe their stuff. They got people that do that. Nile Rodgers didn't transcribe this, but I'm sure the guy that did it did a good job, and probably most likely would do a better job than the artist, because that's not what the artists do. So I did a how-to song on the Chic song that came out of that book. I forget which one. And today I just actually disabled the comments, because every now and again you get this, well, try this, Morris, man, because I don't think what you're doing is right. I'm not guessing, and when I tell most people that, they like, okay, I'm gonna back off, because hey, it's the songbook, and most likely it ain't wrong. I'm wrong, and it ain't an issue who's right and who's wrong, because I really don't give a fuck. I mean, I don't. It's just about playing music. It's not about this. It's about this. This is supposed to get you to this, and that's what it's about. Playing this. Not, I'm the world greatest sight reader in the world, No one's going to call you and say, hey, I want to hire you to sight read. They're going to hire you to play, That's plain and simple. They're going to hire you to play. So I get somebody that wants to challenge what I've done while playing out of here. And again, usually people are like, okay, I got it. But then every now and then you get some people. And this is basically what this gentleman said. Well, Nile Rodgers didn't transcribe that book. Come on, man. Give it up. Because first of all, again, I don't care. I really don't care. It's just about enjoying playing music. So I ended up, again, having to disable that video, because, again, the majority of the people, I call them theory heads. That's the phrase I coined. They want to focus more on debate music. I'm here to play. I'm not here to debate with anybody. I'm not here to be kind of antagonistic with anybody regarding this. I don't give a fuck. My objective is to play, enjoy music. And that's what I hope most of us are here for. to enjoy music, not to sit here and get into this deep heated debate about theory and you ain't in the right key and you're not playing it right and all that. It's ridiculous, you know. So again, the reason why I'm posting this video for you young folks, don't get caught up in that, you know, because you're wasting too much time with this instead of playing that, you know. You want to play that. You don't want to get into this. You know, unless you're getting paid and it's like, okay, well, then I have to defend or talk to you about this. But you know, so you ain't getting paid and you're just trying to have fun. Let's have fun. Instead of, I want to debate you. The book is wrong. You wrong. And I'm right. You know, even if that was the case, I don't give a fuck. I don't, you know. And it's like I've expressed that in these kind of videos. I guess everybody hasn't watched those kind of videos to know Morris, man, don't give a fuck. You know, he don't. You know, he doesn't. You know, he's not trying to get into, again, these debates with people about how it should be played and all this. Because I recently, for a client, I did a Jesse Johnson song that won't be posted on YouTube. I think it's called Be Your Man. And I'm going to state in that video, even though the person I'm doing it for gets it, understands it, but it's going to be probably sent to other people that don't get it and understand it, so I have to break it down. In that particular song, there's at least 2 guitars going. It's probably sometimes 3. Because what most people don't know that are not musicians, how the recording process does, they layer stuff. It ain't just one guitar. That's why it sounds so big and fat. And when you play it at home, it don't sound like big and fat like the record. You know, that's because they didn't stack it. Same thing with the vocals. It's called molting. They stack them sometimes three deep. And a good example to see that is in the movie La Bamba, when Ricky Valens' character or Lou Diamond Phillips playing Ricky, I can't even get the word out, Richie Valens in the studio. They had him sing the part like 4 or 5, actually had him sing like 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60 times to get the right takes and then stack them. You know, a lot goes into the recording process that the average non-musician don't know nothing about. But getting back to that particular song. So that particular song has at least 2. I know because I hear 2. It's probably sometimes 3 going in and out. So I'm making it a point in the video at the beginning to clarify that I am just doing the chord part. I'm not doing the bright licks that Jesse Johnson is doing. You know, so there's a distinguish between the two that, you know, and I'm not trying to play them both back and bouncing back and forth, because again, in a professional setting, you play one part, then you go back and play another part or fills or complementary parts. You don't do all of it at once. It's the same thing with solos. In the studio, it's a totally different track. You're not playing the rhythm and then the solo part come in. You can stump the pedal and start hitting solo. No, it's done on a different track. It's done differently. It's not done at that same given time when you're playing those other parts. But there's some people that don't understand that. They think that you're supposed to play 5 parts in the song as the song going along and playing them all at the same time, which is insane, you know. So again, the purpose of videos like this, just to educate young folks like, man, Morris, man, you know what? I didn't know that. Thanks, you know. You know, I didn't know that sometimes maybe the song book isn't right, but 99.9% of the time that I personally know, the book is right. The book is right. You know, someone else's interpretation is someone else's interpretation. And again, no 2 people play the same. Things that I started to learn when I was younger, as I'm playing, I'm like, okay, the song book and the record says I'm playing this chord, but I like this chord, so I'm going to substitute it. And ain't nothing wrong with that. You know, because that's your personal preference. You want to put your personal stamp on this, as opposed to you a carbon copy of the dude on the record. Because I've stated this many times. I don't do other people's solos. You know, I don't have time to sit down for 3 hours and map out some other dude's expression from the heart, note for note. Take 3 hours of my day. That's some bullshit. That's not me. But there's some people that like doing that. I'm not knocking it. I'm just not one of those dudes that like doing that. You know, and I've posted several videos saying, don't even ask me to do solos, because look at my format on my channel. I don't do other people's solos. And I had a guy the other day, and it's one of my most viewed R&B videos. It's Funkadelic's One Nation Under a Groove. What's interesting about that song is I did it first about 5 years ago, and I got the song book, and I played it, but the voicings wasn't like the record, and I really wasn't focusing on it at that time, 5 years ago. And one guy said, it's good, but it's not like the record. I listened to it, didn't get mad because I'm like, you know what, dude, you're right. So I scrapped that one and redid it, and I tried to come up with the same voices as the guys on the record, and I came extremely close. It's one of my most viewed videos, and of course, in the 12-inch version, there's this solo by I think Mike Hampton, and one guy said, I was hoping to see the solo. I'm like, well, I'm sorry you're disappointed because I don't do other people's solos. And that was a phenomenal solo. If it was that easy, we all be playing like Mike Hampton. Because I had another guy, teach me how to play these Ernie Isley solos. If it was that easy, dude, we all be playing like Ernie. That's what makes those guys so special. Because, that most people can't emulate them. They might come a close or, something that works and satisfactory. But, they are who they are. And, like I told you guys, I don't do nobody else's solos. I just don't have time to sit down for 4 hours. Wait, let me rewind it. I heard that note. Slide down. Yeah, he's sustaining. He's shaking and tremoing. Got time for that. But there's some people that do. And I've had people over the years, and I've had to kind of set the record straight because, of course, I have a tab service where I'll show you how to play the chorus of songs. And I have had people come to me, could you do this solo? No, dude. It would cost you more than you're willing to pay for me to do that transcription for a solo. Trust me. So just leave it alone. Come up with your own, because that's what you're supposed to do anyway. I mean, by definition, it's self-explanatory. Solo. Solo, not a group of other people with you. One dude, you. So shine. Experiment. Go out there on the limb and say, hey, I want to try something on my own, as opposed to 99% of my soloing when I play in the band is the dude on the record stuff. It's like, again, I'm not knocking it. It's not me. It's not something that I want to do. So I'm going to sign up, but again, like I told you, the purpose of the video was, the majority of the stuff I do, it's the book, and the book is rarely ever wrong. And it ain't this debate I'm trying to create going back and forth with people. Well, you wrong and I'm right. I don't care. All I'm saying is I'm playing from the book. And the book is quite accurate, and your version is probably a variation. Ain't nothing wrong with that. But, don't send me a comment saying, oh, you should play it like this, because I'm not. I'm going to block you, and I'm going to remove that. So let that be known. Don't waste 5 minutes or 10, 15, 20 minutes of your day putting up something that's going to be removed and blocked. And that ain't that I'm trying to be a hard ass, but there's just some things you have to set the record straight. Because there's some people that don't realize some things that they should realize. And one is, and I'm going to set off and leave you with this, no two people play the same. Okay? So don't expect that. No two people play the same. Sometimes you can't play the piece exactly like the record because it's 2 or 3 guitars going at one given time. That's why it creates that certain sound that you hear that you can't emulate with one guitar. But I try to just show you guys the chords, say, hey, here are the chords, and whatever you want to do with them, do with them. But this is how it's been chorded, So until next time, take care, and thanks for watching.